Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is the Minnesota Twins at the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. Pitching for Minnesota today is Andy Rincon, who is 3-3 with an 8.82 ERA. And facing him for Detroit is our ace, Jack Morris, who is 8-5 with a 3.96 ERA. So yesterday's game, the Twins basically out-hit us. They had 16 hits. They had 8 extra base hits to our 2. And yet we hung in there until the 7th inning when our bullpen let us down. So kind of a rough way to lose that game. Today's matchup is the 4th and final game of the series with the Twins. And then we have a day off. And then Baltimore comes into town. So let's go ahead and get started with today's game. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. If this is your first time seeing these videos, this is game 75, so there's 74 other ones out there. And feel free to jump in anywhere along the way and watch me be ridiculous playing these games. So we're looking at our bullpen today, and everyone is available but Roger Weaver. He did go 2 innings in yesterday's game and actually was one of the few relievers that pitched well. And our lineup against Rincon, we're going to put Sweet Lou. We're going to put him back in the lineup. He had yesterday's game off, and we're going to bat him first, of course. We're going to move Trammell down to the 9th spot, and we're going to put Lance Parrish back in there at catcher, and Fisk, who's struggling mightily, is going to go back into the DH spot. And so we're going to move, just doing some last minute adjustments here. Okay, so there's our lineup for today. And what we've been doing the past few games is going down and doing a lineup, doing lineup announcements. And over here you'll see the 1980 baseball cards for the player for that season. So batting leadoff for the Twins is Billy Smith, playing second base. Batting second is Dave Collins at DH. Batting third and in center field is future Hall of Famer Kirby Puckett. Batting cleanup and playing first base is Danny Goodwin. Batting fifth and at third is Steve Ontiveros. Batting sixth and in left field today is, there we go, Greg Johnston. This will be his first game of the season. And batting seventh and catching today is Sal Butera. Batting eighth and at short is Ivan De Jesus. And batting ninth and in right field is Hoskin Powell. And on the mound for Detroit, Jack Morris. We're going to pull up his numbers. This will be his 16th start of the season, and he had won 6 in a row before he took a loss in his last start, and has been fairly consistent. He's still a young pitcher in this game, so he's prone to giving up a lot of hits. So we'll see if maybe today's going to be one of his better games. So let's get the game started. Billy Smith batting leadoff. And Smith is going to ground it to Thompson at first base. And that's going to be the first out. So 1 down for Dave Collins. Collins is going to ground it to short. And that's going to be 2 outs. And that's going to bring up Kirby Puckett. And Puckett's going to ground it back to the pitcher, Morris, and that'll be the 3rd out. So we'll go ahead and do the Tigers lineup rundown. Batting leadoff and playing second base, Sweet Lou. Batting second and playing third, Richie Hebner. I'm sorry, he was batting second. Batting third and in right field is Gary Hancock. Batting cleanup and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting fifth and in left field, Steve Kemp. And sixth and in center field is Barry Bunnell. Seventh and DHing today is Carlton Fisk. Eighth and at first base is JT, Jason Thompson. And ninth and at short today is Tram. And on the mound for Minnesota is Andy Rincon. This was Andy Rincon's actual rookie year, and he only pitched 2 more years after this. In 1981, he was hit on his arm by a line drive from Phil Garner, and it fractured his arm, his pitching arm, and he only made a few more starts after that. He was on the 1982 St. Louis Cardinals World Series team, so he does have a World Series ring, but his career ended at age 23. So we're going to go ahead and start the game here in the bottom of the first. Here's Sweet Lou. And Lou is going to greet Rincon with a home run to right center field. And that's one way to start the game. And we'll take any home runs we can get. We haven't had a whole lot lately. Next up is Richie Hebner, and Hebner's going to get a base hit to center. So, runner at first, still nobody out for Gary Hancock. Hancock's going to ground it to short. Will that be 2? Yes, it is. So just like that, the rally is killed. And the cleanup hitter, Parrish, comes up, and he's going to hit a line drive to right. So we get out of the first inning with a 1-0 lead on the home run by Whitaker. We head to the top of the second, and Danny Goodwin leads off. Goodwin grounds it to third, and that's going to be the first out of the inning. Bringing up Steve Ontiveros. And Ontiveros is going to hit a line drive to right, and that's going to be caught by Hancock for the second out. And here's Greg Johnston. As I mentioned, he's making his season debut. And he grounds it right back to Morris. And that'll be the third out. So back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for Morris. And we head to the bottom of the second. Steve Kemp leads off. And he goes down and gets one, drives it to left field for a base hit. And, wow, I'm not going to risk it because Kemp is slow. And Johnston's arm and left is equally poor. But I'm going to just hold tight. And what we'll do is we'll hit and run with Bunnell. And maybe we can get things moving here on the bases. Bunnell grounds it to third. Kemp does advance to second. So we stay out of the double play. And with one down, Carlton Fisk comes up. Fisk is in a terrible, terrible slump. As Rincon has a wild pitch moving Kemp to third. So we're going to ask Carlton Fisk to simply hit it to the outfield, man. Just give me a sac fly. And he can't even do that. He pops it up to first. And that'll be the second out of the inning. So 2 down, runner at third for JT. And he's going to ground it to short. And we waste the leadoff base hit. So, to the top of the third, Sal Butera catching today. Instead of Gary Alexander, he's caught the first three games of the series. And Butera is going to ground it back to Trammell, and that'll be the first out of the inning. So 1 down for De Jesus. And De Jesus is going to get the first hit. Oh! But he tries to get greedy, and he's thrown out at second base by Steve Kemp. I think that's his team-leading 6th outfield assist. And that brings up Powell with 2 outs, and he's going to have a fly ball to center field, and that'll be the third out. So at this point, Morris has just faced a minimum through 3, giving up the 1 hit. And we head to the bottom of the third. Here's Trammell's going to squeak one through the infield for a base hit into center. And we have a runner at first. So that's going to bring up the top of the lineup with Whitaker, who got the only run with a home run. He's going to walk. So first and second, nobody out. And here's Hebner, who also had a hit in the first. And he's going to hit a long fly ball to center field. That should get Trammell to third. It does, easily. And now we're at first and third with 1 out. And we're going to have Hancock hit and run. And he's going to pop it up to the catcher. And that's going to be the second out of the inning. So 2 down, it's going to be up to Parrish, driving one of these runs. And he's just going to hit a lazy fly ball to left center field. So back-to-back innings, we waste opportunities, leaving runners at third base. And we head to the top of the fourth. Leadoff man Billy Smith begins the inning by popping up to second base. And that's going to be 1 out. So 1 down for Dave Collins. I'm going to bring the third baseman in. Collins does bunt. And he's going to pull it to first for the second out of the inning. So 2 down for Kirby Puckett, and Puckett strikes out. So 1-2-3 inning for Morris. We head to the bottom of the fourth. And this started off as a promising game with the home run by Whitaker, but we just haven't been able to get anything going. Rincon's ERA was over 8. And his record is 3-3, so he must be like Billingham, a good pitcher one start and then a poor pitcher the next start, and alternates because Billingham has that same syndrome. And Fisk is going to line out to second base, and that's going to be the third out of the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning for Rincon, and we head to the top of the fifth. Morris is sitting at 37 pitches into the 5th inning. Goodwin going to ground it to third to lead off the inning. So 1 down for Ontiveros. And he's also going to ground it to Hebner at third. And that'll be 2 down. So 2 down for Johnston. And Johnston is going to fly out to right before the warning track. So another 1-2-3 inning for Morris, still facing the absolute minimum batters so far. JT's going to lead off the bottom of the 5th. He's going to shoot it right past the shortstop, De Jesus, for a base hit. So we're going to sacrifice with Trammell, try to get Thompson into scoring position. And Trammell lays down the bunt to first, and Thompson does advance, so we have a runner at second base, 1 down, and Whitaker hits a worm burner to the shortstop, and Thompson is going to have to hold at second base. So 2 down for Hebner, and Hebner's going to hit a line drive to center. It's going to get down and maybe get to the wall. Thompson does score, and Hebner coasts into second base with a double. So we extend our lead 2-0. And there's 2 down for Gary Hancock, runner in scoring position. And Hancock's going to pop it up right over the bag at second. And that will be the final out. So we have a 2-0 lead. Top of the 6th. Sal Butera leads off the inning for the Twins. And he's going to slap a base hit to the right side. And a runner on first for the Twins. We're going to bring the third baseman in for De Jesus, also a good bunter. And De Jesus is going to hit it to right field, and it's going to be caught by Hancock. So 1 down. Here's Hoskin Powell. And Morris throws a wild pitch. Butera advances to second base. Powell is 2 for 5 against Morris. So He's had a little bit of success, but he's going to pop it up into foul ground on the first base side, and that's going to be the second out of the inning. So 2 down for leadoff man Billy Smith. I'm going to pull the outfield in. Butera doesn't have much speed, so if Smith gets a base hit, maybe we can hold the runner. Oh, not in this case, because Smith is going to hit a double down the line. Oh, he's going to be held to a single. But the run does score, and the Twins are on the board. It's 2-1 now. And Dave Collins comes to the plate. He's also going to get a base hit to the right side. So Smith advances to third, and Morris is in a bit of a jam. There's a little 2-out rally here by the Twins. And Kirby Puckett comes to the plate, and he's going to get a base hit to the right side. Smith will score, and the 20-year-old rookie drives in a run. So the score is 2-2, and now there's a lefty up. And Morris has only pitched thrown 65 pitches, and I guess I wouldn't show much faith in my pitcher if I just took him out. But of course, Goodwin gets a base hit to right. So that's going to be the 4th hit in a row. And 2 runs scores. Goodwin gets a double. And I guess I'm a bad manager for leaving him in against my better judgment. And Ontiveros shows mercy on Morris and grounds to short. So we relinquish the lead. And the score is now 4-2. I'm going to show you the in-game stats from here on out. And Rincon sitting pretty at 63 pitches of his own, so we've really blown a lot of opportunities. And man, to lose and to split the series, that would be devastating since we're in, setting pace for the first place in the American League East. Kev pops it up on the infield, and it's going to short center field, and that's going to be the second out. So 2 down for Bunnell, and Bunnell's going to walk. And we really need a big hit from Fisk right now. But we'll take a walk. Walk's as good as a hit, right? And that's going to bring up JT. He's 1 for 2 today. And he is going to get a base hit to right field. Will that score Bunnell? It does. So we get one of the runs back. It's 4-3 Twins. Runners at first and third for Tram. Trammell's 1 for 1 with a sack. And he's going to ground it to short, and that'll be the end of the inning. So I'm hoping that Morris got it out of his system by having that one big inning, as he gives up a base hit to center for Johnston. We're going to guard the lines, see if we can't turn 2. And Butera's going to hit a lazy fly ball into foul ground on the first base side, and that's going to be the first out. So 1 down for DeJesus. DeJesus grounds it to Whitaker, and they do get a double play. So scores 4-3. Twins are going to bring in Doug Corbett. Corbett pitched yesterday and got the win. He's a 27-year-old rookie. Solid numbers. Maybe one of the better relievers on the Twins. And we're going to have Whitaker lead off the bottom of the 7th. And he's going to get a base hit into the gap, stretches it into a double, and we have the tying run in scoring position for Richie Hebner. We're going to ask Hebner to pull it to the first base side if he can. He does. That should get Whitaker to third, and it does. And now the Twins pull the infield in with Whitaker at third. Hancock's batting .320 versus righties. All I'm asking him to do is get it to the outfield. And he does on a line to left. Whitaker tags up and scores, and the game is tied. So we're plugging away. We've evened the game up. And 2 down for Lance Parrish. And Parrish is going to hit a lazy fly ball into left center, and that'll be the third out. So top of the 8th, And this will be the final inning for Morris, one way or another, as he walks the leadoff man, Powell. And we have 2 switch hitters coming up as we get to the top of the lineup. Billy Smith is 1 for 3. Oh, and now he lays down a bunt. Hebner's got it and goes to first, so runner in scoring position. And I'm going to intentionally walk Dave Collins to get to the rookie Puckett. And we're going to guard the lines and try to get a double play. And on a 3-1 count, Puckett swings. It's going to hit a fly ball to left center. And that's going to be good enough to get both base runners to advance. And at 99 pitches, I have to take Morris out with the lefty up. So we stuck with him, and he let us down before. And he's done his job. We're still in the game. And Capizzello comes in to try to get Danny Goodwin. Lefty on lefty crime. Goodwin hits it back to Capizzello, and we get out of the inning. So, score's tied, bottom of the 8th. Kemp is up. Kemp is 1 for 3. And he hits a ground ball right back to Corbett. And Corbett goes to first. I don't think I've seen a game where there's been more comebackers to the pitcher. So 1 down for Barry Bunnell. And Bunnell's going to line out to first. It's 2 down. Man, I feel like I should almost take Carlton Fisk out and bring in Champ Summers. And maybe that would have been a good idea because Fisk grounds to short. And now we head to the top of the 9th. I'm going to leave Capizzello in there to get Ontiveros, who's batting 111 versus lefties. And then Johnston is up after that, so. Ontiveros greets Capizzello with a base hit to left. And now we're going to have to hope that Capizzello can get Johnston to ground and do a double play. Instead, he sends a blooper to center field and it falls in. So out comes Capizzello. We're going to bring in our closer. But the damage might be done already. Let's pull the infield in. Got to do that. Still nobody out. And Lopez walks Butera. I didn't show you Lopez's numbers, nor did I show you Capizzello, but Lopez has 2 blown saves in 19 chances. And he's been pretty good, but this does not bode well as we got to pull the infield in again. So 2 base hits and a walk, and he strikes out De Jesus. So we're going to have to pull the infield again. We've got to keep this going. Powell comes up 0-2. He's going to ground it to Trammell. Trammell's going to go home. And he gets a double play. Nice. So we get out of that. That was a miracle. And the Twins are going to bring in Mike Kinnunen. And he's a rookie, as it seems like most of these Twins are. 14 games, 2.51 ERA, and overall pretty decent. But he is a lefty. And so is Thompson, who's only batting 149 versus lefties. Oh, he's a sidewinder. I didn't know that. He's a lefty sidewinder. So that's going to cause Thompson to ground to third. So 1 down for the number 9 hitter, Trammell. Trammell's going to hit a line drive to right field. It's going to be 2 outs. It's going to be up to Whitaker. Led off the game with the home run. Perhaps he can keep us from going to extras. He does. He walks. And now we have Richie Hebner. So I think Hebner's batting .077 versus lefties. So we're going to take Hebner out. And we're going to bring in, let's see. Yeah, we're going to bring in Peters, who's batting .366. And then if that doesn't work, we'll put Brookins at third. So here's Peters batting .366, 2 down, and he strikes out. So we go to extra innings, everybody. This is your chance to pause it, go to the bathroom. as I put in Tommy Brookins at third. And Lopez has proven that he is not good in multi-innings. So we're going to take him out. And we're going to bring in yesterday's GOAT and the guy that took the loss, John Hiller. And he's going to face Billy Smith and Dave Collins, and we'll take it from there. Smith grounds it to Trammell at short, and that's going to be the first out. That brings up Collins batting .091. And he gets a line drive past Brookins into left down the line, but he holds it first base. So this is a steal opportunity for the Twins. And man, I guess we're going to let the veteran face the rookie in Hiller versus Puckett. Let's see what happens. We guard the lines, and it is a stolen base for Collins, so we're going to intentionally walk Puckett to get to the lefty Goodwin. So first and second, one down. Hiller's facing Goodwin, and Goodwin's going to hit a pop fly into foul ground on the first base side. And so we have 2 down for Ontiveros. And Ontiveros gets a base hit to center, and Collins scores. And they take the lead. So yesterday's game and today's game, Hiller blows the tie, I guess is the best way to look at it, as Johnston flies out to left to end the inning. So we head to the bottom of the 10th. Gary Hancock comes to plate. He's only got 1 hit all year versus lefties. And he hits a line drive to left, but it is caught by the left fielder Johnston. So 1 down for Parrish. Parrish going to ground it to third. It's going to be up to Kemp, who does hit lefties pretty good, batting .296. And Kemp gets a base hit through the right side past the first baseman. And we're not done yet, folks. Let's take out Kemp, put in somebody speedier. I guess Mark Wagner is marginally speedier. So Wagner pinch runs at first. And that's going to bring up Barry Bonnell. We're going to hit and run. And Bonnell's going to ground it to third, and that will be the final out of the game. So another one we let get away at home versus a really poor team. We lose 5-4. Hiller's going to take the loss in that one as well. Let's take a look at the transactions. Nothing new to report of note. We'll pull up the box score, and we'll get out of here. As it loads, as always, I appreciate everyone following along. We do have a free giveaway contest for a rack pack of 1980 Topps baseball. And you can find that link at the bottom of the page in the comments. You click on that link and watch that video, and it'll tell you what to do. And then I'll get you entered in the contest. So Hiller takes a loss, 0-3. Whitaker does have a home run and a double, as he led off the inning with a home run there, or led off the game with a home run. And Kinnunen gets the win in relief. His record is 2-1. So that's it for today. We have a day off tomorrow, and then the Orioles come to town, and we'll see you then. Have a good night.